Hi, today I'd like to speak about the importance of spirituality in one's life because I've been a witness of how much power prayer can have in one's conception of life and potentials as offered to them from my Christian point of view. For instance, faith has been proven by many psychologists over the years to stimulate the mind and to empower people. I do not understand why in modern society, people have this fear of religion, and I understand that some religions over the centuries have been detrimental and very abusive in their powers. That also applies to political powers. But somehow religion offers some deeper. So people are afraid of this unknown matter and take it very much to heart when this God figure, i.e. basically father figure, waves a stick at them, which to my experience is a bit exaggerated, to say the least. Because there's a God of love and a great power available to any human being who wishes to grasp it and get hold of it in love. At really low depths in my life, I've been able to reach out to that force and get great counsel as well as great guidance from the scriptures, but also from miraculous interventions. And I always be grateful for that. And it doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter if you're gay, straight, if you're black, white, if you're a man or a woman, or a child or an adult, God is there for you. Although people may attack religion and say that it's detrimental to mankind because it blinds them, I've never experienced being blinded by religion. On the contrary, my eyes have been opened to so many realities, and not only that, it has had the power to stimulate my imagination, stimulate my mind and creativity. And this is why I strongly believe that God, in His great wisdom, made us in His image, as in the book of Genesis. We are made to create. We are made to be loving like Him. We only deviate because of circumstances, because of evil, whereas biblical or other God-inspired scriptures can be a strength from childhood, as I've experienced it, to build one's self-esteem. I wish more people would see that. I've gained strength and I've doubled my creative power. For example, I've started composing, I've built up more material for my stage performances through prayer, whereas I could have sunk into horribly long depressions. I've actually resurrected through the power of asking God for help and mercy. Through my worst hours of suffering, prayer saved me from possibly insanity. And as long as I live, I will never forget it. And what I do hate is having people who atheists who criticize everything Christian or Muslim or Jewish, people who attack faith. Because whether you like religion or not, whether you believe in God or not, you can't deny the power of faith on the mind. Therefore, why not leave people who have faith alone? Why not let them just express themselves and fight through life just like any other human being the way they know best? If it works for them, then what is the problem? People will fight for gay rights, but it will be taboo to express oneself about being a Christian, for instance. And since we are on the subject of gay rights, I'd like to voice my personal opinion that gay people have been very wrongly rejected by a lot of the religious institutions. And I regret that very much, because I have witnessed a lot of beauty and Christ-like qualities in quite a few gay people. And it pains me greatly to see that they can't express, not only can they not express their love for their partner in public, but their suffering goes further when they can't even worship God if they feel like it. And I know gay people who go to specialist gay churches because that's the only places where they will be accepted as worshippers. And I think it's a shame. If you're gay, if you're watching this, I'd like to really give you a big hug. I know how pretentious that may sound, but my heart really goes out to you, although I'm not gay myself, because I think there's great injustice there, and I think it's unnecessary suffering, because if you're gonna use your energy to do something, do it positively without destroying. You're not gonna see on their physical appearance if somebody is just cheating on their wife and walks into church very proudly. It's not gonna be written all over them. Whereas if somebody walks with effeminate sort of attitude in their body language, they'll probably be shunned, rejected. And I think that's quite wrong, of course, because Jesus himself condemned judging. People who judge in that manner are selfish, and it is not scriptural to judge like that and reject people, because every human being is a creature of God. I wish I could bless more people sometimes with helping them to understand how much beauty there is in a relationship, a walk with God. And I'm not saying by that just going to church or any worship place once a week or once a month or once a year for some. A walk with God, experiencing spirituality. It's the most magnificent, the most essential tool a human being could have. Because even in poverty, even in a lack of education, somebody can learn so much through training the mind by stretching it with a relationship with the Creator. It's something I've experienced, something I've observed in many other people too. The mind is a very complex matter. We do not know how it's structured. This person criticizing those believers would not know how to replace that faith and that belief in those believers' minds or lives. They would not know how to recreate faith, because it's been tried for thousands of years, politically speaking, or intellectually, or emotionally. Some kind of system that would be 10 times more effective, at least, than psychotherapy as we know it today. It's been a pleasure and privilege. Thank you very much.